I think I would really kick Floyd in the street fight. Wouldn't even be no match.
Any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it.
Mike Tyson can't stand Floyd Mayweather. He hates that.
In a recent interview, Mike Tyson expressed his desire to fight Floyd Mayweather, stating, "I want to fight Floyd." He emphasized that Mayweather is the opponent he most wants to face. This statement has generated significant interest in the boxing community due to the contrasting styles and weight classes of the two fighters.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat.
Yeah.
He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. He don't do drugs. That's his heroin, the gym.
Someone told me this. They say he doesn't have a vice. Yeah. He doesn't have a vice.
No, he does. The gym.
The gym.
The gym.
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love to before him. I wish he was my weight.
All right, interesting.
In a revealing interview, Mike Tyson was asked about a potential matchup between himself and Floyd Mayweather, as well as whether he sees reflections of his prime self in Mayweather's style. Tyson responded candidly, stating that he doesn't believe Mayweather is as formidable and that he doesn't instill the same fear in opponents as Tyson once did. This perspective highlights Tyson's view of Mayweather's impact on the boxing world.
For you, one question. I am Mike Tyson in his prime versus Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Who would win?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'm probably 50 pounds heavier than Floyd, so I don't think we'll ever fight. You know, we could never fight. We're two.
Because we can only see that in a video game. So I wanted, I wanted to know, what's your thoughts? And also, when you see Floyd now, do he remind you of him? Do he remind you of yourself when you was rocking?
Yeah, to a certain degree, not totally, because he's not menacing. He's not a threat to the fact that he can hurt somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's not that guy. You know what I mean? He's not going to hurt somebody. He's not going to go into the store and drag somebody out the store or do something ridiculous.
That you might have done.
Yeah, he's not going to do anything ridiculous like that. He's going to have somebody probably, but only because in a situation like that, when everybody loves you, you appear that everybody loves you, you don't know who really doesn't love you. You know, you're never going to have a chance to be at peace with yourself and to know who you really are, because there's too many people talking to you. Yes, from the outside to everybody, yes, doesn't look good. Yes, doesn't look good what's going on with him right now. You know, we could all be wrong, but from what we're seeing from the outside, things don't look good.
Floyd Mayweather has often claimed that when discussing boxing legends, names like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson should be replaced with his own. In response, Tyson called Mayweather very delusional, emphasizing that true greatness goes beyond in-ring performance. Tyson noted that Mayweather's reliance on security, even for simple tasks like taking his children to school, contrasts with the independence and public presence that define true legendary figures.
Ali, the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights. Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
What do you think about Floyd talking about greater than Ali?
He's very delusional. If he was anywhere near that realm of greater than Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself.
There you go.
Okay, he can't take his kid to school by himself. And he's talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He can't take his kids alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Mayweather's habit of comparing himself favorably to both past and present fighters has been seen by some as a sign of self-absorption. While his self-promotion underscores his confidence, it also raises questions about humility and respect in the sport. The boxing community remains divided on whether such self-references enhance or diminish his legacy.
Tyson, because he was on the show just last week, and at the moment he's currently being profiled, as you'll know, on the channel Being Mike Tyson. That airs tonight as well. But on the show last week, he was talking about the fact that you're probably the last of these box office stars. You know, young guys are looking to the UFC fighters as opposed to traditional boxers, but you're probably the last of those box office stars. What do you say to that?
Well, I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. no one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style, and what I made cool about boxing is not taking punishment.
Mayweather has declared that the current boxing era is not just his time but represents the Mayweather brand. This branding highlights his influence on the business side of the sport, reflecting his strategic approach to both in-ring competition and financial success. His focus on branding signifies a shift in how modern athletes manage their careers and public images.
Tyson, because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion. And the only thing I have to say about Mike Tyson is everyone is always trying to judge Mike Tyson. He lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. No one can say what they would have done if they were in his shoes. Boxing will live on. You know, it's the Mayweather era. Not just myself, but the Mayweather brand. You know, I have my own style, and what I made cool about boxing is not taking punishment.
Commentator Joe Rogan has weighed in on the debate over boxing's greatest figures, suggesting that greatness is contextual and depends on the competition and circumstances of each era. Rogan's insights emphasize the evolving nature of the sport and the difficulty of comparing athletes across different periods. His perspective encourages fans to appreciate boxers within the context of their own times.
Defeated too, but he's not the greatest boxer of all time, right?
It's arguable he is. He's been hit hard maybe 4 times his whole career. Right. You stop and think about how many fights he fought against elite guys. Not just great defense, like the best defense of all time.
Yeah.
Somebody like Sugar Ray Robinson.
I think Sugar Ray Robinson had somewhere in the neighborhood of 90-plus victories before his first defeat, though. But I think Mike Tyson in his prime, when he knocked out Larry Holmes, when he starched Marvis Frazier, like when he was just smashing everybody, I think he had reached this level that you can only maintain for a certain amount of years. I think if Muhammad Ali had been in the same era as Mike Tyson, he would have been better because Mike Tyson was around. You get better depending upon who's around.
The long-standing tension between Tyson and Mayweather was further highlighted by rapper 50 Cent, who revealed that Tyson became so frustrated during Mayweather's fights that he once damaged his television. This anecdote underscores the depth of Tyson's feelings toward Mayweather and hints at unresolved issues between the two boxing icons.
Mike Tyson called me. Floyd was getting ready to go to jail. We at the M Casino. Mike Tyson said, "Come here, let me talk to you for a second." 50, he pulled me outside the door. The nigga pushed the door, then the door opened, he came outside, he said, "Yo, I used to hate that nigga." The nigga voice changed, it got deep. You know how Mike Tyson is like, yeah, he all the way up here, Tim. He all the way up here. This nigga said, yo, I used to hate that nigga. I can't fuck with you! I said, oh shit, look, I'm like this, look. So I'm sitting there going, I got to fight this nigga, right? I'm thinking I might have to fight this nigga. He said, look at this shit, 50. I'm in a fucking Cadillac, right? He pointed to a fucking Cadillac. It was, the shit was fly. It was a Cadillac truck. Yeah. But to Mike, the shit was some bullshit because it was a Cadillac, right? He going, look at me, 50. I'm in a fucking Cadillac. He said, yo, I broke my TV every time that nigga.
50 Cent also claimed that Mayweather financially supported a woman who had filed a lawsuit against Tyson in the late 1990s. According to 50 Cent, this involvement stemmed from Mayweather's financial power and may have been intended to worsen Tyson's legal troubles. If true, these allegations add another layer of complexity to the already tense relationship between the two fighters.
Mike Tyson can't stand Floyd Mayweather. He hates that. Now look at this, look. Floyd, the illest. I love the like a brother. The nigga's talented. He is our champion. Yeah. For this time period. Like, you watch him, praises him, all that, but he's our champion. You know what I'm saying? So, look, they're going to do a lot of things, but they're not going to beat.
No, they're not going to beat. No.
Until he's too old. When he got to fight, when the finish the money and he got to take a fight, and he's too old, so he take a fight, and then see it, and he throw the punch, but they're late. And hit him. Start seeing 3 one time. You know what I'm saying? It start getting crazy. But look, real. Mike told me, look, the first time this had a rape charge. Look, this the first time Mike Tyson was charged, well, he had somebody who was claiming he raped him.
Yeah.
Floyd was paying for that bitch lawyer.
What?
At that. He was paying for girls to say Mike Tyson raped him.
Stop, man.
See, while you see him at this present moment, the one that would be the one that be all about the money. It's the money. It hurt him to watch Mike when he was all about the money. And he had the money.
If a fight were to take place today between Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson, despite being 58, would still be a formidable opponent. His exceptional physical condition continues to impress fans and experts alike. Commentator Joe Rogan has praised Tyson's fitness, noting that his strength, speed, and power remain remarkable for his age. Rogan believes Tyson's relentless dedication to training has preserved much of his former explosiveness, making him one of the most physically dominant retired athletes. Even now, Tyson's presence in the ring commands respect, proving that his legendary abilities endure.
You ever watch that fight?
Yeah.
That's my favorite Mike Tyson fight. Because that was Mike Tyson before he won the title. It was ABC Wide World of Sports. And Joe Frazier had been talking about Tyson, that if he was in his prime, he'd beat Tyson. And so he had his son fight Tyson. And it was an execution. It was an execution.
Is that the one in Atlantic City where it lasted one round?
One round. Hey, let's watch it because it's one of my favorite fights to watch Tyson. Because it's Tyson in his prime where he was terrifying. He was so fast. And he would do angles and he was bobbing and weaving. You couldn't hit him. And he was just coming at you. And he was young. He was 20 years old at the time. He couldn't be stopped. No one had the solution. And I submit that Mike Tyson, the Mike Tyson that won the title against Trevor Berbick, the Mike Tyson that beat Larry Holmes, I think that Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody.
Joe Egan, a former boxer and close friend of Mike Tyson, vividly recalled their sparring sessions, highlighting Tyson's unmatched strength and speed. He described Tyson as a relentless force, overwhelming opponents with sheer power and aggression, making him one of the most intimidating and dominant fighters of his era.
But I was so relaxed. Next when I look into the ring, and Mike's pacing the ring and his shirt off. His body, his physique was incredible. His biceps, his chest, his neck, incredible. I hadn't seen him stripped to the waist. Yeah. And I'm looking, I'm thinking, that's not the same 17-year-old boy I met yesterday. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I ran with this morning. That's not the same 17-year-old boy I sat next to on the minibus getting here. Yeah. Then Cuss pointed to one of the big men to get in. He was knocked spark out. I tell people, I say it all the time, I ruined a good pair of underpants at that moment, and so I might shit myself. There's no way a 17-year-old should have that power. He knocked a couple more out. I got in, I got battered for 3 minutes, got out, a couple more, got in, then I was back in again. I'd done 6 minutes with him that day. But the madness in me, George, because I do believe fighters have to have a little bit of madness in them. You know, I really do, and it's not insulting any fighter, but I just believe that there's a bit of madness in us all to fight and to want to fight. Yeah. And I believed in my mind, one day I'll get the better of you. I never did. I stayed on with him for 2 years, and it was probably the makings of me, because I took some serious punishment off that man over 2 years. He made me cry so many times. But psychologically, I believed if I could take Mike Tyson's punishment, I could take anybody's punishment. Because he was such a power puncher. He used to speak to my mum on the phone regular, oh, Mrs. Egan, chatting away, and she'd say to him, oh, Mike, thank you so much for looking after my son. But he was minding me as well, even though he was battering me. He was minding me. I remember one time when Sugar Ray Leonard came to the gym. He came to the gym on 2 occasions while I was there. And Mike wanted to impress Ray Leonard because he was in awe of Sugar Ray Leonard, like a lot of fighters are. Yeah. And Mike savagely beat his sparring.
Similarly, Roy Jones Jr., who faced Tyson in a 2020 exhibition bout, stated that even at his age, Tyson's power remains unmatched. Jones described him as the strongest opponent he has ever faced. These testimonials highlight the deep respect Tyson commands within the boxing community, proving that his legendary skills and physical dominance have truly stood the test of time.
What do you feel about Tyson when you did that exhibition with Tyson?
Mike Tyson's still the strongest puncher that I've ever been in the ring with, ever. At 55 at the time, now I think he's 57, about to be 58. He's still the strongest puncher I've ever been in the ring with. First time he hit me in my chest, I feel like a mule had kicked me in my chest. So if he hits anybody on the chin with a shot like that, they're going either out or they're going down, especially guys that are not used to being hit like that. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of people like Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, these guys are bigger and they can take it, but Jake Paul, I don't think he's gonna be able to take that. It might hit him on the chin like that. We'll see, but it's gonna be tough. He may surprise me.
Do you think that Mike Tyson was going all out with you, or do you think that he was like a sparring session? I know it's hard.
I think he went all out to the body. I don't think they went. They told us we better not be out there trying to take each other's head off, or they're gonna stop it. So you couldn't go all out to the head, but to the body you could. And to the body, he was throwing some vicious body shot.
Wow. So Jake, I just seen Jake yesterday, and he was 230 pounds. He looked kind of big. Yeah, he was 230, right? I was like, damn, you big.
Well,
like, really big.
That can make it interesting then.
So, and then he said that he feels as fast as he was at 185.
Heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs has expressed admiration for Tyson's unwavering dedication to training. Briggs considers Tyson's commitment an inspiration, especially for younger fighters who see him as a model of perseverance and discipline in combat sports. This respect from fellow athletes underscores Tyson's enduring influence on the sport.
One thing that really separates him from the pack as boxers, not from fans.
I mean, just speed for us. If somebody's so fast that when you go to punch and they beat you to the punch, or it's dangerous. And he was just ferocious. I think a lot of times too, the fear factor of going into a fight with a guy like that, nobody has seen a guy like that to that point. Here he not really fighting left-handed. He going both ways. You know what I'm saying? He was squaring up. He was doing things that you really it's hard to train for. So he was just so dangerous.
That's why I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you with speed.
Floyd Mayweather has spoken about his transformation from Pretty Boy Floyd, known for his speed and relentless training, to Money Mayweather, defined by strategic intelligence and a focus on the business side of boxing. This evolution reflects his adaptability and deep understanding of the sport's multifaceted nature.
Look at Pretty Boy Floyd compared to Money Mayweather, two different fighters. Because when I need to hear this. Pretty Boy Floyd, I was active, fighting all the time, every couple months. So I stay in the gym, I stay fighting, I'm in the flow. So I could throw punches, tear a motherfucker ass up. Then when I got older, I'm still wise. I still can tear your ass up, but in a different way.
Right.
So
still winning the fight,
but
too.
you got to stay in the
strategy.
flow. Right. You have to stay in the flow.
Joe Rogan has noted that while Floyd Mayweather was known for his speed and aggressive style early in his career, he gradually evolved into a more defensive fighter as he aged. This shift was not merely due to physical changes but represented a strategic evolution that allowed him to sustain his dominance in the sport. Mayweather's ability to adapt kept him undefeated, relying on precision, counterpunching, and defensive mastery rather than pure speed and power. Rogan emphasized that this transformation highlights Mayweather's exceptional boxing IQ and understanding of longevity, proving his greatness across multiple video. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.